Okay, where do I literally begin with the banning of... Well, it's actually not banning, but it's more like a shelving, a cancellation of the film The Hunt, produced by Blumhouse, and from the same guy done Compliance, a very disturbing drama about sexual abuse. This is controversial in same with Compliance, but even worse, because now, from what I'm hearing they shelved the film because of the El Paso and Dayton massacres, and also because Trump and conservative media, according to reports I've seen from New York Post, Guardian, and so on and so forth, and Hollywood Reporter, that it was supposed to be some sort of dig at Trump supporters, the silent majority in the United States, and how it's trying to attack them by showing liberal elites that are going on a gung-ho sort of mission. I can see where the criticism would be there. I can understand that, but I think it's a little bit more complicated than what the President of the United States is presenting. I think more or less the film is showing the underdogs, that being the silent majority, fighting against the so-called liberal elite from trying to kill them in their wake. In many ways, it's very much similar to the Hunger Games of Purge in its sort of, we're going to take out against those who are rich and powerful trying to exploit us. And it does play in that same sort of idea that you went with the Gilets Jaunes movement, Brexit, and the election of Trump and many other populist politicians. But more to the banning, more to the shelving and controversy element. Very interesting. I've always been an enthusiast of censorship. As far as the subject is concerned, I would say I'm more of an expert on it than I am with anything else. So this definitely intrigues me to see all the sort of nasty remarks and fear it's been getting, and test screenings have proven to be very divisive. I have a feeling that this could be the next Natural Born Killers, Clockwork Orange, The Interview, Irreversible, or Birth of a Nation 2016. We could be looking at that kind of movie on our hands. And all those films I've just mentioned are very good in their own sort of way. But you wouldn't want to see them with anyone else in case some sort of violence might erupt on the big screen, like someone's gonna, try to kill one another simply because, the politics of the film is trying to offend my beliefs. Oh, I don't like it, it's so PC. Shut up. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. Simple as that. It's very good likely to give me an 18 certificate, so that's gonna make me happy. If they do happen to push the level of violence so hard that it could veer to NC-17 territory, try to trim it up a little bit just to get the R rating, then we could be in for a rude awakening. But if I were Universal Studios, the people who suspended the marketing advertising because of the massacres and because of the political response that was getting on Fox News and the president, sent to another distributor. That's what they've done with Natural Born Killers. They didn't release the unrated cut of it to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers sold off the rights to someone else to avoid any sort of backlash. As you well know, Natural Born Killers inspired some mass shootings and some controversy. I'm not so sure if it influenced the Eric Harris and Dylan Claiborne massacres, but it started some feathers and shit hit the fan. So, if anything, I would recommend them do something like that, or just release it on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Without further ado. Sure, they're going to lose some money on it, and they're probably going to lose some credibility, and they're probably going to get some say as a psyop type of person sending a death threat saying, "I will kill you. How dare you present our side like we're a bunch of animals." Go. Don't do it. People aren't that stupid, hopefully. You shouldn't be brainwashed by what people who say from the leaders above. They don't know you. You don't know them. Left, right. No one's your friend, unless they can steal money off you. So I would prefer people just go see this Hunt film for themselves and decide what they think about it. Because if you censor it because of corporate influence or because of moral influence, then that's a very slippery slope. It's what happened to the NC-17 rating, a rating that I will have never see the light of day again. Not even with films like Shame or Blue is the Warmest Color. The video nasties era in the 80s. Many great horror films and powerful graphic dramas had to be censored or cut simply because to appeal to the moral panic that occurred in that era. It was very conservative. You have to remember Thatcher was running the show at that time. The whole scare about video game violence. You know, Manhunt? Manhunt 2 controversy? I'm sure you do. Very, very well. Grand Theft Auto? Carmageddon? The State of Emergency? All controversial video games that all, were either cut or censored upon release, or they got, were so violent, they were PEGI 18s, or M's mature, or in the case of Manhunt, an AO, which no video game distributor will even market or sell. So they had to cut it and trim it from an M, and even the M version was too violent for the British market. So I want you to decide for yourself and see how you feel about it. Because censorship is a slippery slope that will lead to our own demise. Have we not learned from our own history? And I say that to you as well, Netflix. If you try to pull off another thing like the Patriot Act with Hassan Minaj censoring because you don't want to offend the Saudi Arabian government, or trying to cut off that scene from 13 Reasons Why because they thought it was going to promote teen suicide, then you're at your own peril. If you're mature enough to handle it, 18 and over, I'm sure you can handle it. Discretion. To your credit, discretion advised. Skinny Ebert, signing off. Until next time, you'll see a review for The Good Boys, but I just wanted to make my point clear about censorship in the media. I think it has to be said. BBFC, MPAA, the media, CNC, IFCO, all of them.